The Netherlands is one of the most successful social housing policy countries around the world. The government offers incentives to have various sectors invest on affordable housing and social housing. Different from other countries, the players in the social housing are different. Housing associations is the leading role in this area instead of the government. Up to 2013, 401 housing associations in the Netherlands with more than 28,000 full-time staffs had 2.4 million social rental dwellings across the country. The social housing building model that housing associations lead avoids the limited fund, insufficient human resource of government, and the poor low knowledge few incentives of private sectors. Now, Australia only refers to city government as the responsible one. If the government is unable to promote social housing, perhaps it will be feasible and more effective for housing associations to work as a public legal entity to do the job. One of the global issues in social housing is the scarcity of land, which raised the cost of building new social housing to unaffordable. To Amsterdam, it is not a dominant issue. In 1896, Council of Amsterdam set the ground lease as the standard for land disposal. Up to 2005, over 125,000 ground lease rights cover 15% municipal areas of Amsterdam in size. And the law, ground leases can have very different forms and shapes, since parties can negotiate on the terms and conditions. Usually they have three duration types. The ground lease system maturely considers about the social housing associations to construct and manage the social housing different from the other users. It would be significantly decrease the cost by converting the land purchase to rent. Choosing to accept the ground income by rent, the government has prospective revenue perpetually. Half of the rent will increase by the increase of the ground value. The third issue that troubles the global social housing is the intense financial resource. In 1993, a balancing out agreement was reached between government and housing associations. The housing associations started to run independent in an upper level financially. Two financial funds have been established. The first fund is the Social Housing Guarantee Fund. The second is the Central Social Housing Fund. National government supervises the work of housing associations in general. Housing associations might also develop and sell properties in order to keep profit. Therefore, the social housing target has resources to continue. At the same time, housing associations have to consider the financial risks. As lessons learned, City of Sydney would try to assemble all financial resources, such as setting and raising a fund to guarantee that the developers will not lose money on the social housing project. The last issue facing the social housing in Amsterdam is the poor design in decades ago. In Bijlmermeer, there are so many issues in the 13,000 apartments, which are all social housing. The first approach to deal with the issues was demolishing part of the high-rise flats and replacing them with more single-family housing. The second was taking the renovation. For City of Sydney, some social housing is inadequate by the new standards and needs to be renovated or redeveloped, but the residents dislike any change. There should be a regulation that forces the resident to move for a period to ensure the projects to be done and fulfill more residents and better environment.